There's a fire inside teams that rise above the noise, the chaos, the endless grind, and it's not luck. It's not just talent or resources. It's a ruthless, unbreakable set of habits that make visionary teams unstoppable. And yes, if you're watching this, you already know the frustration of watching potential slip through fingers like sand, the anger when your mission stalls because your team can't move as one. That burning frustration comes from the disconnect between people, between intentions and outcomes, between dreams and grit. But here's the brutal truth. No breakthrough ever happened by accident. Visionary teams don't stumble onto success. They build it every single day, habit by habit. And if you want to transcend the mediocre, if you want your team to become a force that nobody can stop, listen carefully. This isn't theory. It's the survival code for founders, investors, professionals who refuse to be cogs in the failing system. First, stop settling for surface-level teamwork. The problem isn't a lack of vision. The problem is that the vision stays on a PowerPoint slide or in a private head. The moment every single person in your team feels ownership, not just responsibility ownership, everything changes. Ownership means they don't wait for orders. They hunt problems down like predators. They feel the mission in their bones like a heartbeat. So, the first habit, own everything every second. No excuses. No passing the buck. If something goes wrong, don't ask who's to blame. Ask, what are we doing to fix it right now? Drill this into your culture until it's louder than doubts, louder than distractions. Lead so fierce that ownership is the oxygen that feeds every action. Next is obsession with brutal honesty. Not the fake, be nice or else honesty, but raw, fearless truth-telling. Teams that echo polite lies are doomed. When the brutal facts hit the table, growth sparks rage but then fuels transformation. Build a culture where hard truths are not weapons but the raw material for evolution. Train everyone to speak up, not to tear down but to lift higher. Silence in meetings? That's the enemy. Train yourself and force your team to bleed the truth out until no fib, no half-truth, no illusion can survive. This is how illusions die so real progress is born. Don't let comfort kill you or your mission. Then comes relentless curiosity. Visionary teams don't claim to know it all. They are hungry to learn at all costs, especially from failure. But it's not just learning from mistakes in a vague sense. It's an obsession with dissecting failure until it's stripped to the bare bones. No ego allowed. What broke? Why? What can we rewrite so it never breaks again? Command your team to hunt failures aggressively every day. Not as victims, but as scientists dissecting every piece of failure to synthesize new strength. This switches your mind from fear to power. Fear of failing kills teams. Obsession with fixing failure turns them into unstoppable machines. Another habit, radical alignment on purpose. And that doesn't mean everyone just nodding along. It means non-stop, ruthless clarity about why you exist, what you fight for, and how each piece of your work screams that purpose. This is your team's pulse. If you can't articulate your purpose in one breath, your team is lost. This purpose needs to be your team's rally cry, so fiercely burned into every soul that laziness, distraction, and ego complaints dissolve automatically. Command daily rituals that remind everyone why they bleed for this team, not just what they do. Purpose is the glue, the cannon, and the sacred fire. Without it, the team is a factory for burnout. Then strip out the nonsense routines. Visionary teams replace endless meetings and shallow check-ins with laser-focused asynchronous feedback and ruthless prioritization habits. If you're drowning in meetings that kill energy and leave no progress, kill them. Replace them with clear, simple daily updates that shout what's done, what's blocked, and who's owning what next. Demand concise, brutal daily check-ins, no fluff. This forces discipline in a world drowning in distractions. If people can't report with clarity and speed, they aren't committed. Make this non-negotiable. Finally, cultivate fierce dependency. Not in a weak who depends on who way, but dependency through trust and complementary genius. Visionary teams aren't just strong individuals. They are machines built from different parts moving in perfect sync. Find what each teammate does best, what they hate doing, and never let egos cloud the flow. You must develop a culture of deep trust so each member feels intense responsibility for their part and fierce respect for others' roles. Command your team to check their ego at the door and move as one. This is what makes the team a living organism. Without this, all vision is just noise. All of this, ownership, brutal honesty, relentless curiosity, radical purpose, ruthless prioritization, and fierce complementary trust, is the code for teams who refuse to be stopped. These habits feel hard because they are. That's why most teams don't have them. Most teams settle. But refusal to settle is what separates founders and leaders shaping the future from those stuck in yesterday's illusions. This isn't about making teams comfortable. It's about forging teams that burn through barriers like wildfire. You have the chance to build something rare, a network of visionaries not held back by outdated systems, but connected by shared fierce mission and hard-earned habits. You have the power to ignite the few who will reshape the world, to create teams that amplify individuality but move as a single unstoppable force. The problem isn't talent, it's the habits. The system isn't broken, you have the chance to transcend it. Flames die without fuel. Feed your team ownership every moment. Feed them brutal truth. Feed them burning curiosity. Feed them endless purpose. Kill the useless and build trust like steel. This is the path beyond frustration, beyond stagnation. This is the path to freedom for your mission and your legacy. So stop waiting. Stop tolerating fractured teams that drain your spirit. Command your team to own everything. Demand brutal honesty until illusions shatter. Obsess over every failure as the key to new power. Ignite purpose so fierce it consumes distractions. Slash useless routines. And weld your team with trust so deep nothing can tear them apart. This is the fire that turns good teams into legendary ones. This is how the unstoppable are born. Make this the battle cry in your mind until it consumes you. Command action from the first breath of today. Because the future won't wait, and neither should you. Your team, your vision, your legacy, make them unstoppable now.